Some towns hum with life, others whisper secrets. Bluff City, Utah is the whispering kind, a tiny town, almost too small to be real. But the stories coming out of it, those are real enough, and they're stranger than fiction. Tucked away in southeastern Utah, Bluff City is a mirage of sorts. Fewer than 2,000 souls call it home. Red rock canyons rise up around it, ancient and imposing. The desert wind howls through the canyons. It carries with it whispers of forgotten times and things unseen. Sarah, a young photographer, stumbled upon Bluff City on her travels. She had been on the road for weeks, capturing the essence of small towns across the country. Bluff City, with its vintage charm and quiet streets, seemed like the perfect place to rest and find new inspiration for her work. She found a room at the Desert Rose Inn. The neon sign flickered in the night, casting a nostalgic glow that reminded her of old movies. The inn itself had a rustic charm, with its weathered wood and desert setting, making it an ideal subject for her next photo series. Sarah prided herself on her memory. She could recall faces, places, and moments with remarkable clarity. Her photographs were more than just images, they were memories captured in time. Each shot she took was a piece of her journey, a story waiting to be told. Yet, every morning, the innkeeper greeted her like a stranger. It was as if Sarah was a new guest each day. The innkeeper's puzzled expression and polite inquiries made Sarah question her own recollections. "First time in Bluff City, dear?" she'd ask, her smile as warm as the desert sun. Sarah would nod, too bewildered to correct her. The innkeeper's warmth was genuine, but the repetition was unsettling. It wasn't just the inn. The entire town seemed to reset each day. Sarah felt like she was living in a loop where every interaction was a first encounter. At the farmer's market, the vendors treated her the same. New faces, no recognition. She would buy fresh produce and local crafts, but the next day, it was as if she had never been there before. Even at the Red Rock Diner, the waitress took her order with a start. The diner, with its retro decor and classic menu, was a place Sarah found comfort in. Yet the staff's reactions were always the same. "You're back," she'd whispered, eyes wide with confusion. "But you just left." The waitress's words echoed in Sarah's mind, adding to the mystery of Bluff City. Each day felt like a new beginning, but also a continuation of an unsolved puzzle. Sarah began to document her experiences, hoping to find a pattern or explanation. She took photos of the people she met, the places she visited, and the odd occurrences that seemed to define her stay. Her journal became a mix of images and notes, a testament to the strange reality she was living. As days turned into weeks, Sarah's curiosity grew. She started to ask questions, trying to understand why the town seemed to forget her. The locals, though friendly, had no answers. They lived their lives as if nothing was amiss, unaware of the peculiar cycle that ensnared Sarah. One evening, as the sun set over the desert, Sarah sat on the porch of the Desert Rose Inn, reflecting on her journey. The sky was painted with hues of orange and pink, a breathtaking sight that she captured with her camera. She wondered if she would ever find the truth behind Bluff City's mystery. Despite the confusion and the sense of being trapped in a loop, Sarah felt a strange connection to the town. It was as if Bluff City had chosen her, making her a part of its enigmatic story. And so, she decided to stay, determined to uncover the secrets that lay beneath its serene surface. Every day was a new beginning, a fresh start in a town that seemed to exist outside the bounds of time. And with each click of her camera, Sarah inched closer to the answers she sought, capturing the essence of a place where memories were fleeting, but the mystery was eternal. Then there's Mark. A seasoned trucker, he thought he'd seen it all. Years on the road had made him a witness to countless stories, some mundane, others bizarre. He had driven through blizzards, navigated treacherous mountain passes, and even encountered the occasional oddball. But nothing could have prepared him for what he was about to experience on Highway 191. Until he hit Highway 191, the artery that pulsed through Bluff City. This stretch of road was infamous among truckers, whispered about in hushed tones at truck stops and diners. Tales of strange occurrences and eerie sightings were common, but Mark had always dismissed them as just that, tales. 10 miles outside of town he saw her. It was dusk, the sky painted in hues of orange and purple, casting long shadows across the barren landscape. The figure stood out starkly against the fading light, a solitary silhouette by the roadside. A young woman, thumb outstretched, her face lost in shadow. Mark pulled over. He had a soft spot for hitchhikers, often offering them a ride to the next town. It was his way of paying it forward, a small act of kindness in a world that often seemed devoid of it. He offered her water, a ride to the next town. She accepted the water but declined the ride, her voice barely above a whisper. There was something unsettling about her demeanor, a sadness that seemed to envelop her like a shroud. She only smiled, a sad, knowing smile. Then, vanished. One moment she was there, the next she was gone, as if swallowed by the twilight. Mark blinked, convinced his eyes were playing tricks on him, but the empty roadside told him otherwise. 10 miles later, there she was again, the same figure, the same outstretched thumb. Mark's heart skipped a beat. He slowed down, his mind racing. Was it possible? Could it be the same girl? He had just seen her disappear. Same spot, same stance, same sad smile. It was as if time had looped back on itself, trapping him in a surreal nightmare. He wanted to stop, to ask her who she was, but fear rooted him to his seat. Mark slammed on the brakes, his blood ran cold. The truck skidded to a halt, tires screeching against the asphalt. He looked around frantically, but the girl was gone. Again. His mind struggled to make sense of what he had just witnessed. He stared at the empty road, heart pounding against his ribs. The silence was deafening, broken only by the distant howl of the wind. He gripped the steering wheel tightly, knuckles white, as if it were the only thing anchoring him to reality. He never picked up another hitchhiker, not after Bluff City. The experience left an indelible mark on him, a haunting memory that would resurface every time he drove down a lonely stretch of road. The phantom hitchhiker of Highway 191 became a part of his story, a chilling reminder that some mysteries are best left unsolved. Section 5, Echoes in the Silence, 2 stories, 2 souls touched by the strangeness of Bluff City. Were these tall tales, whispers in the wind, distorted by the desert heat? Or was there something more at play, something that defied logic, that gnawed at the edges of reality? Section 6. A glitch in the Matrix, Bluff City, a place where reality seems to bend and twist in the most unexpected ways. Some whisper of time loops. They speak of days that seem to repeat themselves, of moments that feel eerily familiar, as if they have been lived before, of moments repeating like a broken record skipping on the same note. Imagine waking up every day to the same sunrise, the same conversations, the same events unfolding in an endless loop. Could Sarah and Mark have been caught in a temporal hiccup? Their lives, seemingly normal, suddenly disrupted by a sense of déjà vu that they couldn't shake off. Living the same day, the same encounters over and over. Others speak of simulations, the idea that our reality is not as solid as we believe, but rather a complex program running on some advanced computer. Is Bluff City a digital mirage, its inhabitants nothing more than lines of code? Could it be that every interaction, every emotion is pre-programmed, a part of a grand design we are unaware of? Are the glitches in the program revealing themselves through these strange encounters? Perhaps the moments of déjà vu, the repeating days, are just errors in the code, small cracks in the facade of our perceived reality. What if someone, somewhere is watching us, controlling our every move, and occasionally they make a mistake? These glitches, these anomalies, could be their errors, their oversight. Sarah and Mark's experiences might just be the tip of the iceberg. How many others in Bluff City have felt the same? How many have questioned their reality, only to dismiss it as a trick of the mind? As the sun sets over Bluff City, the questions linger. Is this city a glitch in the Matrix, a place where reality and illusion blur? Or is it something even more mysterious, a puzzle waiting to be solved? One thing is certain, Bluff City holds secrets that are yet to be uncovered. And for those who dare to look closer, the answers might just be within reach. Section 7. The desert holds its breath. Then there are those who believe in holograms. Projections of people, places, even time itself. Are the residents of Bluff City mere phantoms, their existence as fragile as a dream? Is the town itself a mirage shimmering on the horizon of our perception? Section 8. A town trapped in time, or perhaps Bluff City is a time capsule. A place where the past bleeds into the present, where the veil between realities is thin. Maybe Sarah and Mark didn't stumble into a loop, but into a fold in time itself. Section 9. Dare to disturb the dust. The desert holds its secrets close, it whispers its truths to the wind and the canyons, but it demands respect, it demands courage, it demands an open mind. Section 10, Bluff City Beckons. So come, visit Bluff City, walk its dusty streets, listen to the wind, talk to the locals, but be warned, what you find here may not be what you expect. It may be more or it may be less. Section 11, Reality or something like it. In Bluff City, the line between what is real and what is imagined blurs like the horizon in the midday sun. Are you brave enough to face the unknown? To question what you see, what you experience? To accept that reality sometimes is just another story waiting to be told?